Hey everyone, this is Bueller. I know this is a little different from what you're used to on my coffee video, but really quick, the last 3 or 4 minutes of the video ended up getting corrupted and the audio file was bad. So the whole conversation is actually in the video about our discussion and our first 5 and a bunch of other stuff. So please enjoy the video, and like I said, the last few minutes are cut, but the whole conversation is there. I'll be back at the end of the video just to say thank you. Enjoy. Hey everyone, welcome to Comics with Bueller. As always, I'm Bueller. Today is another episode of the new Coffee and Comic Show. As you can see, I'm not alone. I got my good friend Bob with me. Bob, how are you?
I'm doing pretty awesome. How about yourself, Bueller?
I'm doing good. Today's going to be a very interesting show.
Yeah.
We've got a great topic. We're going to be talking about mystery boxes, whether they're worth it. Are they not? Are they a scam? We got a bunch of comments to talk about. It's going to be very interesting, and I think we're going to represent the comic book community to the best of our ability. So it's going to be a long conversation, but it's going to be a good one.
It'll be a good one. I've been waiting for this conversation all week.
There you go. But we always start off with the coffee that we're drinking, and today we're drinking coffee from none other than Mocha Express, the official coffee shop of Comics with Bueller. What are you drinking today?
I have got myself a hazelnut cold brew, which is very tasty.
Very nice. I myself have cold brew as well, but this is something I made in-house with coffee beans from Mocha Express. I've got a couple batches brewing right now and a couple already done. I'm a fan of cold brew, and I'm on a diet, so this is all I'm getting right now. And this gives me enough energy to go for quite a while.
Yes.
And it's really tasty and it's really strong. So if you're a fan of cold brew, that's what this is, and it's really good. So I'm going to take a sip.
He gave me some just before we started the show of his
his
own stock, and it's really good.
It's good, it's strong, and that's what I like. And the diet's going well. I've lost some weight, at least a pound.
Awesome.
Maybe more. I don't know. I forgot to weigh myself before.
Oh, okay.
So, but I know I've lost weight. So there you go.
And you know because you can feel it, right?
I feel it. I feel good.
Yeah.
I look good. You know, I think I might be a little taller. Maybe a little skinnier.
There you go.
That's the goal.
Well, you look great, man.
Thank you, buddy.
You're
welcome.
Okay,
then. Anyway, we got a lot to cover. Let's go ahead and run down a few things really quick before we get into the topic. The first thing that we're going to start doing on this show, we have a great audience. You guys are watching. We want to feature artists. And one of the artists right now I have right here, this is from Brett Hess Art. I'll leave a link to his Instagram down below. But if you are an artist and you want to send something to the show, please contact me on my email. The email is also down below, and we'll show it on our coffee show.
Yeah.
And because we're big fans of art, and we want to show it off. I know that you do some stuff. I'd like you to show some of your stuff eventually.
Sure.
That would be great. My son also does artwork. He does paintings, it's a different style, but I think it's really cool. I showed it on my Instagram. People just loved it.
Yeah.
So I want to show some of that. So any type of art that you do that you want to show, it doesn't have to be comic book stuff. As long as it's appropriate for YouTube guidelines, we'd love to show it. So please contact me, and we'll spotlight it in future episodes of the coffee video, just like this from Brett Hess Art, who sent me this along with some other stuff a while ago, and it's some of my favorite work. I mean, you see in my videos all the time, his work is right behind me. I always point it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really cool. I also want to say thank you to all the new Patreons who are supporting the channel. So you guys know, I think we're almost up to 30 Patreons, and I appreciate that a lot. It does help out the channel. It's only $4. It's one tier. That's all it is. It's the price of one comic book a month. If you want to help support the channel and support the show, feel free to join our Patreon. The link is also down below. There's a lot of links down below today. There's a lot of links. But if you'd like to support the show, please do so. It does, like I said, help out a lot. It keeps the lights on. I've said this many times. This is what I do. This is my job. Bob has a real job. He drives a really nice car. I myself, it gets me from A to B. Let's just say that.
All right.
But thank you so much. At the end of the video, we'll go ahead and run down the names of the patrons who have joined so far. So thank you. Another thing I want to recommend checking out is the Washington State Summer Con.
Yes.
That comes up in June. That's our favorite con here in the Pacific Northwest. I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah,
favorite?
absolutely. Favorite
Yes.
con.
We'll be there. It's a few months away. We're looking forward to it. It's got a great lineup. I'll put a link down below.
There we go.
You guys have a lot of work to do. But the lineup they have is just fantastic, so check it out. Another thing I want to mention is I have a brand new video series coming out probably this weekend, and it is a new type, or, well, not a new type, but it's a top 10 list that I think you're going to enjoy. It's kind of a brainchild of my own, and I'm putting it together. This is math involved. I'm good at math. I'm not good at words, but math I can do. So I think you're going to enjoy it. Should be interesting. Bob already knows the concept.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I mean, I don't know why somebody hasn't done it before.
Yeah.
But just the the concept of it really has me excited.
Yeah. So I'm very excited to share that this weekend. I don't know how it's going to look yet. That's kind of what's holding me back right now, because I want it to look nice and shiny and all sorts of good stuff. I also want to take a quick minute to address last week's question. Last week's question we asked about top 10 lists or key videos or something like that, and there was a few people who, let's just say, took exception to the video that we produced last week.
Oh yeah.
And let's just say it wasn't followed by thank you at the end of the comment that they left, or the contact that they gave with us. And the only thing I have to say, and I'll be totally honest, if you feel as though some of the negative things that were brought up from comments or from what we said is in the same category as what you're putting out, you need to ask yourself, maybe that's not something you want to do. I think that's a fair question.
Yeah.
If you don't identify with any of that stuff, then don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So there you go. So that's all I got to say about that. And it was a great conversation last week.
Yeah, it was
and
awesome.
This one's going to be a good one.
Oh, I love it.
But let's go ahead and jump into our first 5.
Sure.
And we'll let you go first.
All right. And these are books that, well, for the most part, most of them I've actually gotten out of mystery boxes.
There you go.
So here's a great Spider-Man cover by Philip Tan. Then I got Black Widow #1, the variant cover. That's the throwback to the McFarlane Spider-Man one.
It is.
Then I got Annihilation Scourge with the good old Annihilus on the cover, variant cover.
Were you collecting Spider-Man when that came out, the McFarlane one?
Yes, I was.
How many of them did you buy?
I bought 4.
4?
For the original, but I also put out some money to get one of the silver and then eventually the gold copy.
I think
well.
I probably bought 10 regular, 10 silver, and like 2 or 3 gold.
Yeah.
It was great.
Easily. And then this one is a variant cover for Basket Full of Heads, which is a series that I really like. And then just because it was there, I wanted to go ahead and throw it in. I
love that book.
I brought the Gorilla Grodd variant cover. Anyway, there's my first 5.
That's awesome, man. Well, I got my first 5, and you're going to show your final 5 at the end. I'm not going to have a final 5. I got something else I'm going to show during the video.
Sure.
But let's go ahead and start with my first 5. So the first one I have is Finger Guns #1. And the reason I'm showing this is because I just got a chance to meet the creator of that series. He was here in town on Saturday.
Yeah.
And he autographed it for me. And he's actually a local. He lives in Oregon, kind of down south.
Yeah.
But he's going to be coming up next week, and we're planning on possibly doing a video together and then doing a special edition of the coffee show for a different day.
Sure.
You're still here. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm not.
But really great guy. Really enjoy this book. It was nice talking to him and getting some information about the book. It made me like the book even more.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That makes a difference.
I was so upset that I wasn't able to see him yesterday because things came up, but I'm going to get a chance again next weekend to hang out with him.
Awesome. I have Firefly #1. This is a variant. I just picked this up. I thought it was really cool looking. I'm a big fan of Firefly. And then Flash came out, the number 750. I got the 1940s version, I think it is.
30s.
30s? Okay. That's the one I wanted. And then I'm just going to show my oldest Flash book I have, which is number 185. This is a 12-cent Flash.
Nice.
It's really beat up, but that's okay. And then this one, what's King of Nowhere?
King of Nowhere.
King of Nowhere. This is the FOC variant. Man, I love that cover.
Yeah.
And I am very happy I have that in my collection. I read the book. I actually read it digitally and on my phone, which is not easy to do.
No.
And then I read the book in my hand, and I enjoyed it quite a bit more. Seeing it, holding it, and seeing the panels, and everything put together, it was really good. So I enjoy that series. It's another one by Boom. they're doing like really good.
Yeah,
so.
they are. Absolutely.
Okay, so those are our first 5. Let's jump into our topic.
Sure.
And our topic is, are mystery boxes worth it? Are they a ripoff? We wanted people to comment, and they did. And there is a lot of comments, and I wanted them to be brutally honest. And we will represent, like I said, the community to the best of our abilities.
Yeah.
And you know what? Let's go ahead and jump right in. Bob, you are up first.
Sure. All right, this first comment comes from Tim Sheets. Tim, thank you. He says, I'd like to know what I'm spending my money on rather than roll the dice. However, if I'm buying a gift for someone, I'll buy them a mystery boxer pack.
Okay. So, Tim, I am the same way. And I'm going to share my opinions on mystery boxes in here. And full disclosure, I have a mystery box. It's called the Bueller box. I've sold many, many. The link is down below. We're going to get into that a little bit later. I have friends that sell mystery boxes. Comic Tom 101, he's a good friend of mine. Yeah. He sells a monthly subscription box. But I'm going to be honest about my feelings about his box, my box, and all the other boxes that are out there as well. And there's some things I like, and there's some things I don't like.
Sure.
One of the things he said in here, Tim, he said, I like to know what I'm spending my money on rather than roll the dice. I am the same way. I'm exactly the same way.
Yeah.
I want to know what I'm getting. Now, that being said, my box is a mystery box.
It is a mystery box.
You don't know what you're getting.
Nope.
I just contradict what I'm selling.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. For me, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'll just say it. For me, I would have a problem buying a mystery box if I don't know what I'm getting.
Right.
My box falls into that category.
Sure.
My reasoning behind my box, though, is I want to make it as inexpensive as possible and maybe justify some of those purchases that people make.
Sure.
That's the way I look at it. On the other hand, like I said, if I don't know what I'm getting, I have a hard time pulling that trigger, but a $20 price point or less is easier for me to make that decision.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and when it comes down to buying a box like this, I like how he says, you know, however he would buy it, you know, as a gift for somebody. And I've done the same thing because it's kind of a grab bag. You know, you don't know what you're going to get, and people love opening packages. You know, and I think, you know, when people buy these boxes, not everybody falls into the category you're talking about or that he's talking about. Some people love the enjoyment of not knowing what they're going to get.
That's true.
And so that's why they buy the box. So it's going to be relative to what you actually value, I think.
Exactly. I have the next one. This is from The Venomized Beard, one of your favorite titles, I think, or profile names.
I think I love that name.
Yeah, it's great. It says, I've done a few mystery boxes, and for the most part, I haven't seen a return on my investment, and mostly a decent loss. I won't be doing them going forward. What's your thoughts on that?
So, you know, I agree with his statement. I really do. Because if you're buying it and you're hoping to at least recoup your money, I think you're buying it for the wrong reason. And I think in most cases, I don't want to say most cases because I don't have any data to back that up, but I you know, from my own experience, I would say it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Most of what I bought has not held the value of what, you know, I actually paid for it. There's the promise of that.
Yeah.
But, you know, because of that, I can't guarantee it.
Yeah. I know that I will just say this. I'm just putting my box right out there.
Sure.
Obviously, it's what I have the most experience with. And for the most part, you know, and actually I think almost 99.9% of the people who have bought my box have been pretty happy with what they got.
Yeah.
I had one guy, and he said, you know, how am I supposed to sell this stuff? And he bought it for the wrong reason. Because the mystery box I put out, if you're looking to sell those books, probably shouldn't buy it.
No, exactly.
That's not what my box is about. Is the value of my box there? I think so. I think I sell it for what the value is, to be honest. But you're not gonna make a fortune. You know, that's just what it is.
I mean, you don't buy a mystery box to invest.
Yeah.
You're not going to invest in something that you don't know what you're getting.
Yes, that's absolutely right.
Exactly. You know, if you want to invest into a surprise,
yeah,
you're investing in that. Hey, great. But don't invest in a box and think you're going to get a return on it, or that you're going to somewhere down the line make money off of it. I mean, if you're in it for that, you're in it for the wrong reason. I would say that just right up front.
Yeah, I mean, if you're buying property, you're buying it as an investment because you know it'll be worth more value down the road.
Right.
You're not going to buy property you have no idea what it is. You're going to want to know what it is. If you're looking to make money, that's my philosophy on, if you're looking to make money, you should know what you're getting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, Bob, you are up next.
Okay, I got this one is from Mark DeMeo. Thank you very much, Mark. He says, I think mystery boxes can be fun, but most of the time they can be a waste. I bought a bunch of different ones, but was never satisfied to purchase the same one twice. A lot of them seem to be a way to dump stuff they don't want. You get 2 or 3 books you like and are stuck with the rest. I was most disappointed with that SpiderMan booth. I've seen many people get great value from theirs. Mine barely broke even, and that's being generous.
Yeah. So, I've only bought in one mystery box. Just one. And I'll be honest, and I have it. I mean, it was a while ago. I bought one of the Spider-Man mystery boxes.
Right.
There's a couple of different reasons I bought this box. For one, I thought the box was amazing. The actual box itself was really cool, and I just wanted to see what it was. For two, there was a lot of hype about this box. I mean, it seemed like every day I'd turn on a YouTube and look at a video and somebody was pulling a Grail or something, a really main key book. And I'm like, wow, that seems like really good odds. Now, I don't know how many they sold. I have no idea how many boxes they sold. But for the people I know who bought it, it was like one after another. They were getting Grail after Grail, multiple Grail on this one guy. He's got a huge channel. I mean, he got like 3 Grails in a row. I was like, man, that's really good. I'm not saying that, some people could see that as fishy, okay? And let's just be honest.
Be honest, yeah.
Some people can. That question's come into my mind. I don't really know the answer. I don't know the gentleman who does this or the company or whatnot, so I don't know their practices.
Yeah.
But it was enough for me to want to try the box. And I got it, and I didn't get anything in particularly that was anything I wanted. And I think I got like 3 variants, and the other 2 books were like just dollar books.
Sure.
And the 3 variants I got, I think I sold them on one of my auctions, and I got about 20 bucks, maybe around $20. So the box cost $30. And so, if you want to look at a profit loss, I lost like $10. But which is fine. I wanted to try it. I got what I wanted out of it, and that was good to have. You've bought in a few boxes. Why don't you talk a little bit about the ones you got?
Sure. Now, I'm not, I'll just be honest, I'm not a mystery box guy. I just don't. I got way too much as far as, comic books inside of my collection where I'm running out of room. I got all kinds of pop culture stuff where I don't have room for it. So when I buy something, I'm buying it because it's something that I really want, and I don't mind putting it in my collection. I don't want a lot of things I don't need.
Sure.
And so I have watched a bunch of unboxings on YouTube, and I really enjoy those. I don't know why. There's something about the mystery of what could be, and people enjoy that. And so I watched a few videos of that Spider-Man booth and saw some of the variants that they had inside of the boxes.
Yeah.
Now, I watched a couple of them where they actually compared the price to what they say you're getting.
I noticed that. They have the price on the upper corner.
Exactly. And, in most cases, they weren't as valuable as they said they were, right? So I knew that going in. But the advertisement that made me want to try it was the fact that they were offering a Hulk 181 slabbed.
Yeah.
And I thought, hey, I'll throw in on that. Who knows? And I can use it for one of my own videos for unboxing, which I thought was neat. And so that's what I did. I bought it, but I knew what I was getting when I went in. And those variants that, weren't maybe going to hold their value the way they said, I was prepared to get those. And I actually got a few of them here today.
Yeah.
So the expectation I had was not that I was actually going to get one of these variants. There was a chance, and it was fun. That's all I bought it for. It was fun.
That's good.
Other than that, I never bought it because I thought, this is going to be like my end-all.
Well, if you were to get that 181, they'd have a customer for life.
This is true,
There
right?
you go. I'm going to go ahead, if you guys are interested in the Spider-Man mystery box, I'll put a link down below for that one as well. And I'm pretty sure my buddy Jim from Gem Mint Collectibles, he's got some coupon going on to where you can save like $10 off a box.
Sure.
And I think that's still going on. I might be wrong. But if you want to get a box, that link will be down there. And then look into that coupon to save a little bit of money if it's still available.
I will say, just really quick, that on that Spider-Man booth, as far as all of the boxes that I've received, those seem to have more of the what I would consider valuable books. And so I liked it because of that.
And you love those variants.
I do love variants.
I've seen a lot of people get the same variant over and over.
Yeah, that's true too.
So that whatever their stock is, it seems like the best. I saw someone say the best advice: if you're buying those, buy some and then wait a few months because they'll refresh their stock with different things. Because if you don't want to get repeat stuff.
Sure.
So
that's a great idea.
You are up again with Ben Fong.
All right, Ben. He said, I tried a few times and got absolute junk. Never again. It's just some way for the seller to unload their junk with specs gone wrong. I once got a stack of books that used toilet paper would be a better read.
It was just a fun comment.
Yeah.
I wanted to put that in there.
That's great.
Here's the thing. There are a ton of mystery boxes.
Yeah.
There is many different avenues for mystery boxes. There is mystery boxes that are on eBay, that are just on eBay. They've been there forever. You buy a big chunk. There's mystery boxes that you can buy at Comic-Cons. There's mystery boxes that you can get at comic shops.
Sure.
And then there's mystery boxes from content creators like on Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that. There is a lot of junk ones. There is a lot of junk ones on eBay that are just, you don't know who they are. You don't have any attachment with the people who are selling it. And, 50 comics for $50 or whatever it is, and you get them all and they're just garbage. So it's just... That is what it is. Those are just, he's right. People are just dumping on stuff. And then on the other hand, I feel as though if I were to buy a mystery box, and like I said, I only bought one, I feel more comfortable buying it from someone that I know who it is, and I've talked with that person, or I've watched that person on YouTube or Instagram, and have a little bit of a connection with them. I'm a little bit more comfortable with that because, honestly, they're putting their reputation out there. And the reputation goes a long way.
Sure.
So if I were to make that choice, I would go with someone that you know or can see and kind of reference instead of going with something on eBay and just sitting there, oh, look, there's a 50 comic mystery box and they just ship it to you and I don't know who that seller is or anything like that. And you just get a bunch of crap. So
yeah, exactly.
So anyway, anything about that at all?
Well, I think, when it comes to reputation, you're exactly right. I mean, I bought that Spider-Man booth based upon a lot of other different YouTube channels, not just blindly.
Yeah.
And the other, only other two mystery boxes I ever bought was the Loot Crate. I bought a Loot Crate.
Sure.
But I knew what I was going to get.
Yeah.
And then I also got Comic Tom's, the Mystery Mail Call. But that one is also a reputation thing because he does have a good reputation, friend of the show, and I knew what I was getting.
Yeah. Interesting. All right, I'm up next with Sal Felix. Says, just have the mindset that you're not going to be satisfied with every comic in the mystery box. If you're a picky collector, then the mystery mail bag is not for you. I see it as a way to support the YouTube content creator and getting comics that you normally wouldn't think of buying. I've been getting Tom's Mystery Mail Call and his Marvel exclusives pretty much pay for the price of the box. So I think exclusive comics and art prints add a real and unique value to the grab bag. So we're jumping into Tom's box.
Sure.
This is what this one, and there's a few other ones on here. But the first thing he said, he likes to support YouTube content creators. Well, let's just say content creators in general, because there's Instagram and stuff like that. That is a great way to do it. That is, if you want to support someone who's bringing you value, who you enjoy, and it's entertaining and stuff, and you want to support them, that is a great way to do it, is buy the mystery box. If you support Comics with Bueller, and if you don't want to do the Patreon or something like that, feel free to buy my mystery box. That helps support the show.
Sure.
Plus, you get some comics.
Yeah.
I'll be totally honest. I used to do a lot of live shows on this channel. And during those live shows, I would get super chats and stuff. And I always felt a little bit guilty about super chats. I'm just being honest, because it's just like, I want to give at least something back to them. I know I'm doing the video and they feel as though, hey, I'm already giving something back because I'm providing this content. But that was one of the reasons I started to want to do the Bueller box, because I want to give them the opportunity to, you don't have to send me a super chat. Instead, once you buy this, you'll get something back. You'll have something physical in your hand, plus you'll be supporting the channel.
Right.
That's the way I look at it. Now, he talks about Tom's mystery mail call. It's been going on for a while. Let me tell you what I like and what I don't like about Tom's mystery mail call. Mm-hmm. Him and I have had many conversations about the mystery mail call.
Sure.
And it's evolved through time. I've talked to him about the comic karma and the putting in the books that are donated and stuff like that. That's actually a conversation that me and him had on how to put that together. And how he labels his comic karma that's in the boxes, that came from my idea of doing the, people would donate books, I would put a little slip and it would be labeled, this is from such and such, this is from such and such. That is an idea that him and I came up with and put together and put out there, and we use it for both of our boxes. I think that's a very good way to do that when people send us stuff.
Sure.
At one point, Tom's box had a graphic novel. I was not a fan of graphic novel. I said, get that crap out of there, man. I told him many times. I said, man, get rid of the graphic novel. I can't stand it. You know, I'm not interested in it. I'm a guy, the more the better.
Right,
Give me more books.
Give me more
flies. He's like, what? You know, but I mean, I flat out told him. I said, get rid of the graphic novel and stuff. And so fast forward a little bit. He doesn't have a graphic novel. I don't think that had anything to do with what I said to him. He just kind of decided not to do it.
Yeah.
But what he's done now and over the last few months, I like that. I like the fact that I know what I'm getting. I know he has an exclusive in there that's really cool. He has very good taste. Let's just face it. Mm-hmm. I don't want to give the guy too much credit, but I'm just going to say the books that he's picked out for his exclusive, especially the Marvel ones, over the last 3 months, the Thor, that was the best Thor cover.
Yeah, out of all of them, yes, it
was. The Wolverine, that was the best Wolverine cover by far.
Yeah.
He showed me a picture of it before everyone else. I was like, damn, that is awesome. And then the new Spider-Woman one, I'm probably putting some images up here so you guys can see them.
Yeah.
The Spider-Woman one, that looks really good also. So 3 exclusives. I like knowing what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Okay? I like knowing I'm getting that. I like knowing that I'm getting the art print. I think those are really cool. We talked about art earlier, and we want to feature art, and there's some other stuff. That's what I like. Now, the stuff I don't like, and like I said before, I don't like not knowing what I'm getting.
Yeah. And
the other half of that box is stuff that you don't know. So I look at that as just extra. Mm-hmm. That's the way I look at it. And it's not really for me. Like I said before, I've never bought a Comic Tom Mystery Mail Call.
Yep.
Honestly, and people know this, I'm cheap, and I don't like spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people out there that aren't as cheap as I am, and they like that. Yeah. And if you want to support a creator, whether it be me or Tom or whoever, then do it. You know, put it out there, and now you're getting something really cool. You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
You signed up.
I did.
Because you knew what you were going to get.
That's exactly
right.
And
that was the deciding factor.
It was.
Yes. And then you've stuck with it now for a couple months, right?
For a couple months.
And are you pretty happy?
I am happy.
And which ones why don't you show the one you got?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's just show it right now, because I haven't seen it in real life.
So this is part of my final 5. All 5 of my final 5 books are from mystery boxes. But there is the Wolverine #1 variant.
That's awesome, man.
Old Man Logan going up against his younger Wolverine self. Yeah. And it's the best of the Wolverine covers.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And me, you know, it's not about being cheap or anything. I didn't mind spending a little extra money to get that cover because I wanted it.
Yeah.
there you have it.
Real quick, well, let me say thank you.
Yeah, there he goes.
And I'll put that right there. And let's move on to the next comment.
Right. The guy kills me.
Okay.
But I do want to say something really quick.
Yes.
Because you did mention, and you did talk about yourself and, you know, how you run your mystery boxes. Coming up with the Comic Karma was a great idea. But let's just face it. You know, there are people who want to support you because of who you are. And that's why you got those super chats the way that you do, because people can see that you have a good heart. When I first met you and you were talking about your boxes and you were showing me, you actually threw extra books that they didn't even buy inside of those boxes. I like to throw something in extra for them, right? That's because that's the type of guy that you are. And so people want to support you because of who you are, man. I just wanted to point that out.
All right. This got really weird.
It doesn't matter. I'm just pointing it out.
Okay. Well, next comment. This is from I Love Signed Comics. How you doing? Said mystery boxes can be fun, but only when I have a little extra to spend at the time. I'm the same way. Gotta have extra money. I prefer to buy specific books that I need. Mystery boxes, however, can be fun and allow me to get books that otherwise might not be on my radar. It's a good way to broaden one's horizon, but a bad way to fill in gaps in your collection. I've only purchased 2, both Bueller boxes, and got some great books. Now, for the record, I Love Signed Comics was the very first person to make a Bueller box unboxing video on YouTube.
Oh, that's awesome.
The very first one. And if you guys want to see them, just type in Bueller box on YouTube, and there are hundreds and hundreds of unboxings. And you can kind of go with what's in the boxes by, you know, watching those videos, to be honest.
Sure.
But if he says you're not, it's a horrible way to fill in runs. You know, that's not what you should do. If you're wanting to fill in runs, don't buy mystery boxes. Right. Just go buy the books. If you have a little extra money and you want to do something fun, you know, then go ahead and buy a mystery box. But if you're concentrating on your collection and you're wanting to fill a run or get this certain type of book, don't spend your money on the boxes, and just go buy the book.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we talked earlier about there are different types of people who, you know, would be interested in these boxes. Some are people who like that surprise factor. Some, you know, maybe they're making a decision because, you know, they think it's going to be an investment, or they just see them and other people are getting them, they want to try them out, whatever the case may be. But there are a group of people out there who don't have an LCS.
Yes.
And these are great options for them because they don't have the ability to be able to just go up the street and grab a bunch of comics. And let's just face it, you know, trying to buy off of eBay or trying to buy a run, you're not going to pay an exorbitant amount of money for something you don't know yet. So this is a great way for you to get introduced, like he's talking about, you know, to comics that normally wouldn't be on his radar, or that he doesn't have the ability to get. And that's what I think the best thing about these boxes are for.
Sure. You're up next, Robert Frank, I believe.
All right.
We got pages of comments.
We got pages of comments.
We're about halfway done.
All right, thank you for the comment, Robert. He says, mystery boxes are a waste of money. Most mystery boxes are an inventory dump. Just save and buy the book that you want. What do you think about that?
I think Robert's, when he says just save your money and buy the book you want, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Why? If you're trying to get a book, why would you waste your money on a mystery box? Just save that money and buy the book you want.
Exactly.
I mean, the chances of you getting that book you want in the mystery box, 1,000,000 to 1, if not worse, to be honest.
And it's not like, you know, when I was a kid and I was buying, you know, baseball cards or wacky packs, right? It's like, you know, I'm going for that one card that I want to get, and I'm plopping down my quarter. At least I was guaranteed that possibly could have been there.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that with a mystery box.
Yeah, it's a whole different scenario because the companies making packs or stuff like that, they have no secondary value, you know, purpose for them. Right. They're just manufacturing and putting them out. Secondary value when you're putting together a mystery box, you know, and you're dealing with someone putting it together, like, oh, is this a key? Is this not a key? It's like whatever they're picking out. It's not everything in the available to them in the library. Right. It's just what they have.
Exactly. So but he's right. Save up for the book that you want. Yeah. And if you're cheap and you want to get it for less than what people are like selling it for, just be patient.
There you go. All right, Bob, you're up again. Look at that, 2 in a row.
Look at this long comment.
It's not that long. You know what?
All right, here we go.
Come on.
This one is from Milvet Comics. Thank you, Milvet. He says, I personally like the concept of a mystery box. It allows for those who may not have access to a comic or collectible store to get some cool items, like we were just talking about. However, that being said, most boxes that I have been privy to just don't put enough value in them to justify the cost. When you're spending $25 for a box, not including shipping, and you get a few dollar bin comics, maybe a $5 or $10 comic, it just doesn't seem worth it, and this isn't including the shipping charge.
Yeah.
The same can be said for other boxes that are designed for pop culture items. In fact, I bought a 6-month subscription a couple of years ago for my son called Nerd Block Jr. He liked getting the boxes in the mail once a month, and even though the items really didn't justify the cost, he was happy, and that's all that mattered.
Yeah.
However, after the second box, the company filed for bankruptcy, and we never saw another box or a refund.
Man.
Needless to say, I haven't purchased a box since, whether comics or not. What it comes down to is making sure people get the value for what they pay, but at the same time, making a few bucks if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a few things I want to cover from this comment.
Sure.
For one thing, he mentioned it allows people to have access to comics or collectibles that they normally might not have to because they don't have an LCS or something around them. Mm-hmm. That was the concept of the Bueller box. I had many people, I'd be showing these books I picked up in 50-cent boxes or dollar boxes, and they would say, I don't have a comic shop around me, or the ones around me, they don't have dollar boxes, they don't have 50-cent boxes. That's really cool. I wanted to make a box that literally has those books because they just don't have access to them. That was one of the concepts, along with the fact that I talked about the super chats. So the combination of those two things and my ability to have access to some of those books and put it together and put it as cheap as possible, that was the goal of the Bueller box. And for the most part, it's done very well.
Yeah.
So on other things, he tried a company subscription thing and they went bankrupt.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
It really is.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with that company or whatever, but he lost out on his money and all that stuff. And I think he said a 6-month
subscription.
I recommend just going month. If there is a subscription, just do a month. You
right.
know, if it's a 6 month or a year, I would pass on whatever that is and just do it month to month because you can always cancel right away if you're not happy with the first box or the second box. You know, I would say at least give it 2 boxes. You know, so you have something to compare it to.
Sure.
And if you're not happy after those 2 boxes, then move on. Go to something else or some different avenue. But that's too bad that he got that. He also mentioned he got that for his kid.
Yeah.
I think mystery boxes, and this is something I've kind of thought about, is a great, and I'm talking about comic book ones right now, is a great thing for kids.
Yeah.
I think it's... We used to buy those 3 or 4 or 5 packs at the store. That was a little mystery thing. You could see the front and back, and you always peek and see what was in the middle. But that was fun. I liked it. It was a great introduction to comic books.
Yeah, for sure.
I think there is a market for a starter mystery box with comics that are, you know, kid-friendly. They don't necessarily have to be like mature readers, but like teen stuff like that. You know, I mean, there's a big difference between like the Mercy book that came out this week and SpiderMan right now.
Right.
So main character, SpiderMan, Hulk, stuff like that. Put that together for a kid to get into comic books.
Sure.
And they get it every month or whenever they want. I think there's a market for that. That's something I've thought about doing, and maybe I will. But I know how much kids like to open up stuff.
Absolutely.
Or getting stuff in the mail with their name on it.
Yeah.
They love that. I loved it.
I did too.
Yeah. So somebody's going to steal my ideas. Moving on, we have Dr. Kells Comics. I'm up here. Says, I haven't bought a ton of mystery boxes, speaking exclusively online. I subscribed to Comic Tom's last month and was extremely happy with what I received. However, Comic Tom is the exception to my limited experience. I bought random lots which were less than stellar. I tend to avoid these unless the seller has a great presence on social media. That's reputation.
Right.
If there's a social media seller with a lot of objective content like Bueller, that's me, Then I have more faith I'll receive quality instead of someone who's trying to clear out their water-damaged quarter-value comics.
That's great.
He's talking about reputation.
Yes.
I take a lot of pride in my reputation. I'm just going to get real here real fast. I've never broken the law. I've never done like that. But there's very few things in my life I'm proud of. And besides my kids and my family and stuff like that. I've had a lot of jobs. And over the years, this Comics with Bueller is the first thing I could say I'm very proud of.
Yeah.
And it's my reputation. And I look at the body of everything that I've done for this Comics with Bueller, whether it be the videos or the people I've met and my friends I've made. I'm very proud of it. And I don't know, it just took 42 years to have something that I've put together and put out there and been very excited about what I've done.
Yeah.
I worked, like I said, I worked many jobs, and it was just a job, and I talked to people and went home for the day, and I got a paycheck, and that was it. But this is something a little bit different. I've made more money at those jobs, and I'll be honest. People ask me how much I get paid for YouTube. Last month, with all the views and all the subscribers, my YouTube check was $340 a month.
Yeah.
There's a lot easier way to make $340 over a 31-day period.
Right. You put a lot of work in.
Yeah, I could go work a weekend at McDonald's and make that much money.
Right.
I don't do it for the money. For anyone who says I do, they're absolutely wrong. I do it because it makes me happy.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it, and I'm proud of it at the end of the day. Back to reputation. It's everything. What you put out there means a lot. There's some other people out there, and I want to kind of recognize some other boxes that maybe you're not familiar with that put out a pretty good value for what they have. And there's ComicHead 84. He's a YouTuber. He puts out a mystery box. He has some exclusive content that he puts in that he creates himself, which is great. I really enjoy that he does. I'll put a link to his down below. Another one is The Boy Who Had 7 Math. I don't know if you're familiar with either of those guys. He's put out mystery boxes, limited amount at a time. I think he has tremendous value in his boxes, slabs, all sorts of stuff. Every one I saw, I thought they were really good. And he's a stand-up guy. And just in case you're wondering, The Boy Who Had 7, he's got 7 kids. So if you could support this guy, he needs it. 7 kids,
Come on, man. That's some mouths to feed.
Yeah. But it is reputation. And if you put your name on something, you should be willing to stand up for it.
Yeah.
I put my name on this channel. I put my name on a bunch of other stuff. If I put my name on something I don't like, I'm going to take a step back. I want to put my best foot forward, and maybe that wasn't the case.
Right.
So it means a lot. Reputation goes a long way. And for anyone who's doing a mystery box, and it seems like there is an abundant amount of stuff out there, you are putting your reputation on the line when you're doing that. And you need to think about that before you do it. That's all I have to say.
You make a great point. And, a lot of people trying to get into business, they would do well to take that advice.
Yeah.
Because bottom line, you're exactly right. You're putting your reputation out there, and if your reputation means anything to you, then you want to keep it golden.
Yeah.
And I know that there are a lot of people that don't think about that. They run into it, and, bad practices, or maybe just not even bad practices, just not even putting their best or all into it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I can say about this guy. He does put his best. He does put his all into it. Yes, I'm going to tout you again because I've witnessed it. And so you have to say it.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome, man.
He is a minister, by the way. Just so you guys know. Just so you guys know. He's got a regular job, but he's also a minister.
I wouldn't say it if I didn't witness it with my own.
Okay, good.
Okay, and that's the truth.
Okay, I got the next one as well. This is Steve Kanj. He says, I think some mystery boxes are ripoffs. They promise you all of this and promise you all of that, but you really don't see the value in what you just purchased. But the ones I can't stand are the ones that I say that you're going to get some kind of grail issue, and we all know the chance of getting that are slim to none. I've been a victim of this. It seems like a lot of these mystery boxes just trying to unload their old books and nobody wants. Then you have the ones that I can't stand who send the loaded mystery boxes to a YouTuber. Then the YouTuber has to use bad acting to act like they're surprised that they got a grail just for advertising for the mystery box.
Wow.
I watched that.
I have too.
I've seen it. I've seen it both ways, though. I watched things, oh, look what I got. You know, they're all excited. You know, they got a grail. And then I've seen the opposite to where they didn't really get much. And, oh, these are so good. You know, and you're like, and you're like, yeah, I don't know that good. But chasing the grand prize is playing the lottery.
Yeah,
That's all it is. I mean, if you play the lottery and if you're chasing the grand prize for a mystery box, it's the same thing.
Absolutely.
What's the chances of winning the lottery? If you buy a ticket, you have a chance.
Right.
So there is the chance. And obviously the odds of winning a grand prize is a lot better than winning an actual lottery.
Right.
You know, it's 1 million or whatever, you know. But if the grand prize is 1 out of 50, you got that 1 in 50 chance.
Right.
And if you're okay chasing that, then play the odds, you know. But I'm not a gambler. I've been to Vegas. I go there for the food.
There you go.
And the ladies. But anyway.
I've dealt with gambling and I've dealt with gamblers my whole life. And bottom line is that if you're not basically doing it to have fun, then you're going to lose.
Yeah.
Right? And you're going to get hurt by it. You know, and the boxes themselves, that's why when I bought that SpiderMan booth, I bought 2 boxes for a chance, right? Yeah. And I had fun. I made a video. It was fun. Yeah.
You're up next, Ian.
Ian, thank you very much for the comment. He says, great video. I think that mystery boxes are hard to categorize them as either all worth it or not. Some sellers likely use them to make huge returns on 50-cent comics while they promise one grail that could be opened, while others genuinely make an effort to consider the type of books they're sending out to customers. I suspect your boxes are more of the second option, though. Customers need to understand that mystery boxes are designed to make the seller profit, so in order to determine if they are worth it, it would depend on how much they like the selection and thought that goes into them in relation to the price.
Okay. Ian's hitting on profit, and I want to talk about that.
Sure.
And I have some examples.
Yeah.
First things first, Billy from Economics and Comics actually got one of my boxes very early on when I started doing the Bueller box. He actually did a breakdown video of the box and if the value was there and the cost and everything. I'm going to do that right now. I'm just going to be totally transparent in this video about my box. I'm going to show you what's in the box. There's actually a stack of books over on the table to our right. Bob's looking at it right now. There's probably a few hundred books. I just picked them up. He knows that what I'm about to show is sitting on the table. Those are all for Bueller boxes that are available right now. The link is down below. If you want, there's only a few. There's only like 15, I think.
Right.
But first off, let me show you the books, or just an example. This is an actual box, okay, that somebody is going to get, okay? So right now, there's 11 books that you get. It's $14 plus the $4 shipping. I'm shipping media mail right now because I'm out of mailers, and I'm not shipping out as many boxes as I used to, so the post office doesn't give me the dirty look.
Right.
So, but this is a box, the typical box. So I just picked these up. This is Dark Knight 3, The Master Race #1. This is a variant. I think that's a 1 in 10. I just picked up a bunch of these. Batman Legend of the Dark Knight #1. Remember that one? Love that book. Great book. And then I got a bunch of newer books because you know our source, and I've shared that source with everybody, so people know that's where I get them. Red Goblin #1. This is that, Red Goblin, Red Death #1. X-Men Black #1. Contagion #1. I get a lot of #1s. Star Wars Age of Rebellion Darth Vader #1. So that's some of the books. Let me put those down. Absolute Carnage #3. Savage Sword of Conan #2. Justice League #12. Love that cover. You got the Joker on it.
Yeah.
The Riddler #1. That's the Year of the Villain one. And we have the Flash #76. And this is the variant, and it's the cardstock one. So that is an example of the Bueller box that's available right now.
Right.
He knows this. We have a local shop. It's Thanks from Another World.
Mm-hmm.
They dump their old issues.
Right.
Or that 3 or 4 months old, they dump them for really cheap. And I buy a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And that's mainly how I source a lot of my Bueller boxes. And sometimes they run out, so I go to a different source and get older books and put those in and stuff like that. So let me break down the box itself. The books that are in there, I usually spend 50 cents to $1 a book. So I'm just going to go on the low end, just say 50 cents. Okay, so 11 books is $5.50. The supplies to put them in bags and boards, because they're all bag and board, it's about $1.50. Luckily, I've been able to eliminate that cost because of my sponsorship with Max Pro Supplies. The box that it ships in is $1.30, and then the eBay fees is $2 for eBay and PayPal fees.
Right.
Okay, so that comes out to be $8.30. I sell the box for $14. I make roughly around $3 to $5 a box. Like I said, I'm going on the low end as far as what I'm paying for the books. 50 cents to $1. I'm just going by the 50-cent model. Some might pay more. There you go.
Yeah.
That does not include the bubble wrap, the tape, the gas to take it, the ink that it costs to print the labels. The ink cartridge costs $28. I have to sell 7 boxes just to cover the price of the ink cartridge to print. No, I don't have to do that very often, but when I do, it's 7 boxes just to cover that cost.
Right.
I am not making a lot of profit from these boxes. That was not the goal of these boxes.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. I mean, if you think the value is there, and that's value is in the eye of the beholder. Whether you think these are worth cover price or a nickel a piece, it's up to you. You decide. But this is the type of stuff you get in mind.
Right.
There are boxes out there that try to make a bigger profit margin. But if they provide something that you like, and if you see that value as being there, then pay that bigger price.
Right.
For mine, it's a low price. I think there's a market for a lower price box, and that's what I'm going to keep it as.
Right.
And this is an example of what you get. So
exactly.
That's the profit breakdown of a Bueller box. Like I said, $3 to $5 depending on the books I get, and then all the other stuff. There's some other things thrown in there as well that cost a little bit, but for the most part, it cost me around $8 to $9 a box to put together. So
yeah, thank you for being so transparent. I venture to say that a lot of companies out there probably wouldn't be as transparent because let's just face it, most of them are trying to make a profit.
Yeah.
And that's the thing you need to keep in mind, with these.
All right, next one up. You're up. It's Monster Warrior.
Monster, love the name. Thank you very much for the comment. He says, I think mystery boxes sometimes give exposure to titles that wouldn't get out all the time. But I think in general, people are filling them with junk dollar comics. I like the thrill sometimes when it's a giveaway for a top title, but even then, do we really know if that title was actually given out unless someone posts a pic with it?
We're going to kind of go through this one pretty quick. There's a lot of people that buy boxes that aren't on the social media.
Yeah.
That just is what it is. I've found that to be the case. I've put some key books in my boxes that were like donated and stuff, like an X-Men 94 and a few other ones. And those people have got them, and they sent me an email, thank you, but as far as social media goes, they're not on it. They're not posting pictures. They don't have a profile.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that sell a big chunk of mystery boxes, there's a difference between selling a couple thousand boxes and selling 20 boxes. You might sell 20 boxes, some of those other YouTube channels and stuff like that, they sell 20, or Instagram. For the most part, they're selling them to other people who do YouTube or Instagram or some media form, and you get to see what that is.
Sure.
When you're selling thousands of boxes, very small percentage of people will repost that.
Yeah.
That's not the say that doesn't happen. I mean, there's some shady people out there that, you're going to get this, and they never even had it in the first place.
Yeah, exactly right.
But I just want people to know that just because you don't see a picture of it doesn't mean it wasn't shipped out. So I'm always a glasses half full type guy, and that's kind of the way I look at it. So I presume that people are good and have the right intentions. They don't always, but that's the kind of the way I look at it. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's our last comment. Let's go ahead and wrap it up.
Sure.
So bottom line, what's your take on mystery boxes?
mystery boxes are fun if you're going to buy them for the right reason. Don't buy them for investment. Don't buy them because you think you're going to get something big out of them. Buy them for the fun of it. Buy them as a gift for somebody because that's what it's about.
Yeah. We talked about this whole time, and I pointed out the positives and negatives, the things I like and things I don't like. I've thrown my own mystery box under the bus, and I tried to recover a little bit. I don't know if I did, but it just is what it is. I'm going to give you my opinion. I am all on board for if you want to support a creator or something like that, and then you get something in return. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of not knowing what you're getting, and like I said, that's what's my box. It's a mystery box. You don't know what you're going to get.
Right.
And there's a lot of ones that fall in that category. But just be wary about what you purchase. Absolutely. If your goal is to get a certain book, do not buy a mystery box. Yeah. Save your money, buy the book. Once you get that book, come on over to Bueller's Bargains on eBay, buy a mystery box.
Come on, man.
Or whoever. SpiderMan booth, Comic Tom, pick it up. If you're happy with what you get, great. Some of those exclusives, like the one I just got, the Wolverine.
You just got.
It's just awesome. Yeah. So, anyway, that's our conversation about Mystery Box. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Did we represent a fair assessment of mystery boxes? I think we did. Like I said, we're not here to be negative.
No.
We're here to have a conversation and be respectful of those people who are involved.
At the same time, being truthful.
Exactly. Being truthful and respectful go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
Hey guys, I'm back. Well, there you go. That was actually the complete conversation that we had. Sorry it got cut short. I tried everything I could to kind of fix it. Unfortunately, it wasn't in the cards. Do me a favor. Tell me what you thought about the conversation me and Bob had. We enjoyed it. I know that. Hopefully you did as well. This was a lot of fun. Like I said, sorry about the inconvenience. You got to see me up close and stuff. But I had a great time. Okay, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and drink some coffee this morning. You know what to do. I'll see you next time. Bye.